We have got breaking news out of the National Football League. The Cleveland Browns have decided to part ways with Perrion Winfrey following a police investigation into an assault of a woman. Now, according to a news report, two women told police that they know Winfrey and they saw him in a hotel lobby, leading one of them to yell an insult at him when he did not acknowledge them. These women also claimed that he then became angry, making threats while showing them that he had a gun. Now, the video was released last night on Instagram stories, and it seems to show Winfrey following the women through downtown Cleveland. The caption read in part, quote, Perrion Winfrey just chased us barefoot out of the 9, pointed his gun, stole both of my phones, and walked off. Now, I'll post a link in the bio so you can see the video and you make your own judgments. But this is a two-way street for me. Because Perrion Winfrey, you're still working to get better. You are on the cusp. Well, you had 1 foot in, 1 foot out because you weren't, I'm going to be honest, he wasn't that great. Wasn't that great. And the Browns are already thin at defensive tackle, or were thin at defensive tackle. We'll see how the season plays out, but that's a whole nother story. But there's that, and you've been in trouble for this type of thing before. You've been in trouble for this before. I think Perrion Winfrey needs to take a break, honestly, and get some help before he ruins his career any worse than he has at this point. Because no team is going to pick him up until this situation is resolved. I'm going to be honest. This is my opinion. I don't think another team is going to want to deal with it, especially with his lack of production. Now, at the same time, I also believe that girl ain't innocent neither. Let's be very clear. You got pissed because you felt that he didn't acknowledge you in the way that you felt he should have acknowledged you. You felt that he should have acknowledged you when he spoke. Maybe he didn't hear you. Maybe he was just in a bad mood. I don't know. Who knows? The point is, you hurled an insult at him because you were pissed that he didn't acknowledge you. In a situation like that, man, I've spoken to people all the time. They either don't hear me or they just choose not to speak. I don't hurl insults. I'm just like, all right, fine, whatever. And I keep it pushing. You got to watch what you say to people because people are loose cannons nowadays. Now, I'm not saying what Perrion Winfrey did was right. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying what he did was right by any stretch. He's got some problems and he needs help. But what I'm saying is a lot of these people will say things to get a reaction. I think they said this to get a reaction out of it, get a reaction out of him. And it wasn't the reaction they were expecting nor the reaction they wanted. Some of these fans walk around with a sense of entitlement and think that they could just talk to these athletes any kind of way like they're not human. And when they flip, they flip. Once again, I'm not defending Winfrey's actions if it came out that this happened. I'm not defending his actions. I think he needs help. He's been in trouble for this type of thing before, and he needs to learn how to control his emotions better. Some things you have to just walk away from. Some things you got to just walk away. You got to laugh it off. You got to let it go, man. You got to let it go. And which brings me to another point. I believe this happened at the 9. Athletes need to stay out of the 9 because I believe Kareem Hunt got in trouble in the 9. This is why he got cut from Kansas City. Athletes need to stay out of the 9. But let me know what you think in the comments. I'm Rico McGee. This has been the Sports Minute, and as always, we'll see you in a minute.